The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 21. And Savior shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the Lord, and the kingdom shall be the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. Kohaloyam la Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rechahakadash. Double honors and salutations to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that taught us this truth that rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect and to the 1/3 men, women, and children of Israel, and to the Israelite foreigners who has the appearance of the heathens, but their lineage, their seed line from their fathers, goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom. This is the brother Hawashai Abadia, GMS Chicago, and I want to title this video, the Edomites are not here today, ? Okay, the Edomites are not here today, ? All right, and who are the biblical Edomites? Self-proclaimed white people, so-called Caucasians. All right, and they are here today. Okay, and what I did was I went into Chat GTP, right, or Grok, whatever the fuck you call it, and I asked, are the ancestors of Roman Edomites here? Because these Edomites, man, they love to brag on you know, Alexander the so-called Greek, the so-called great, right? They uplift him so much because that is their forefather, right? Alexander, all right, his father Philip the Macedonians go back to the Agagites, all right, and the Agagites are Edomites, man. You can follow their lineage through the scriptures, hence the reason why they took the Apocrypha out of the Bible, all right. And the Apocrypha is the third beast, all right, that third beast that that's spoken about in Daniel chapter 7, man. All right, so the Edomites are here today. So watch this. It says how they answered it. It said the ancient Edomites do not exist as a distinct identifiable ethnic group today. However, their genetic and cultural lineage survives. All right. By 2nd century BC, the Edomites, then known as Idumeans, that's the Greek way of saying it. All right. So, they go into, I ain't gonna read all that. It goes into, you know, all that. It says, were absorbed into the Jewish populations. So what does absorbed mean, man? All right, we know what absorbed mean, you know, but I asked the next question. I said, so absorbed means they are here? Yes. See, that's how you got to corner these the AI, man. Okay, because these Edomites, they control the narrative of these AI platforms. I think this is Gemini or Google, whatever. It says, yes, saying they were absorbed means their bloodlines, all right, because we know you are, your lineage goes through your father. That's what, Numbers 1 and 18. It says, their bloodlines and descendants are still here today. This is your platform, Esau, Edom. It says they did not disappear from the face of the earth. It says rather they stopped existing as a separate, distinct nation. Yeah, they call themselves white. Why? Okay, which that's a social construct from the Virginia Act of 1681, when they started calling themselves white people and started calling us black. All right, so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, so I put I'm not gonna read all of that, because we know that they're from Edom, which is modern day Mount Petra. All right, Esau Edom today is modern day Petra. So I asked another question. I said, so why did you say no, they're not here? It said it is understandable to see a contradiction there, and it helps to clarify how historians look at the difference between people and an identity. All right, so there it is, man. I ain't even really got to go into all the rest, right? So now, let's go into the scriptures. And as you see, the pick of these books you have here, you got 6 books, and there's more that expose Esau, Edom. All right, they're being revealed. They're Edom right there. Hold on, Salakia. So you got these books, Esau, Edomites today. All right, who was Esau, Edom? That book, the Elder Malcolm bought it for like $15 some years back. I've seen it as high as $10,000. All right, I think you could get it cheaper nowadays. Then you have this book here, the Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomite. Hey, these Edomites, they love to uplift the Roman Empire, man. They say that that's them, right? Then you got this Edomite here with his wine of Edom, right? Hey, which is that Babylonian wine, man. Which, hey, what it says, that word Lucifer, hey, that goes into the king of Babylon. And hey, we know that Esau, Edom is the ruler of this earth. Job 9:24 tells us that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not, wherein who is he? Right, through iconoclasm. All right, during the what? Renaissance period. Renaissance means rebirth. Rebirth after they came what? After they fell from Rome. All right, they were chased into the Caucasus Mountains. All right, they dwelled there for like 1,000 years while the Byzantine Empire was going on. That was ruled by so-called Negroes, man. All right, for roughly around 1,000 years. All right, then they fell. All right, which was what? The Middle Ages, Dark Ages, by what? The bubonic plague, Black Death. All right, and this is when Esau, Edom took over again, man. Okay, they were the wild men, but now they're ruling from the Renaissance into now. All right, Renaissance means rebirth of what? That Roman Empire. And then you have here Esau tears, man. Okay, and he got rulership of the world. He got the blessings, the fatness of the earth, like it tells you in Genesis chapter 27, verse 38 on down. Right? I'm just quoting those scriptures for time's sake. All right. So now, who are these people today? This is who you will call the Illuminati, which Illuminati just means enlightened. All right. And they're enlightened on the left hand side, man. All right. The shadow government. Okay. The hidden hand, hidden state, elite bankers, Zionists, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Bilderbergs, the Giddys, 1%ers. All right, they all are under these names, man. Okay, who else? What nationality of people are building bunkers, man? The Edomites, man. They know the prophecies of the scriptures. This is why they kept this from us. Okay, and they're being revealed. Matter of fact, let's grab that real quick. 2 Thessalonians 2:8, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed. Esau, Edom is the wicked. When you read Malachi 1 and 4, all right, they are the border of wickedness. Okay, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And that's the what you people call UFOs. All right, which are the chariots of salvation. All right, and that's how the Lord is coming back with Michael the archangel. Verse 9, it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all powers and sign and lying wonders. All right, so this is Satan's playground. The spiritual demon Satan, man. He rules through a nation of people, which are the Edomites. And how do you know the signs they're ruling the earth today? Because everything is contrary to the scriptures, man. Look how the earth is ran today. Okay, it says even him who's coming after the working of Satan with all power. See, a Revelation 6 and 4 says he got that power. It took the peace from the earth, right? And signs and lying wonders, his technocracy, AI and all that. Okay. So now, real quick, let's bring out that Malachi right quick. Malachi 1 and 4, it says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. All right, they name lands after themselves. And the people against whom the Lord Yahweh have indignation forever. All right, and that indignation means righteous anger. All right, so the Edomites, they will be ruling when the Lord comes back, right? Let's grab this, because they are the rulers of spiritual Babylon, man. Spiritual Egypt and spiritual Sodom. Okay? Where did Rome get their ways and their gods from? They got it from the Greeks. Where did the Greeks get it from? The Egyptians, man. Ancient Egyptians. Let's grab the book of Psalms. 137. And I'll start at 7. It says, remember, O Lord Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. All right, which they meant destroy the Israelites, man. So-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, and speckled birds that look like the other nations, man. All right, because you have Israelites that are going to look like Edomites. All right, that's the part a lot of these false prophets don't like to bring out. It says, O daughter of Babylon. All right. And we know modern day Babylon is Iraq. And it's still standing to this day. It's not destroyed. So there's a future prophecy. Who are to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Right. Chattel slavery. The way they doing us to this day, man. The way they did the so-called Native Americans. All right. The Gadites. Northern Kingdom. Verse 9 says, happy shall he be that taketh and dash thy little ones against the stones. Right. Retribution, man. Okay, because that's what you did to our children, man. Fed them to alligators and whatnot. All right. But what puzzles you is, why is Edom and Babylon in tandem with one another, man? Why is that? Because in the last days, this is a future prophecy, man. Edom will be ruling of the daughter of virgin daughter of Babylon, man. Okay. Now, let's grab, let's go back to Malachi. All right. And it says, verse 3, it says, and I hated Esau. The Lord hates Edomites, man. But see, they'll try to flip it and say, oh, you said the Lord hate white people. Nah. This ain't a white or black thing, man. It's not a color thing. All right. The love Lord's J. Let me read it. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage for the dragons of the wilderness. All right. So this is a spiritual thing, man. Matter of fact, that's how we read the spirit, man, of these nations, man. All right. It's not about how you look. Romans 8 and 16. It says, the spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. So, hey, you can tell through the spirit, just like a alphabet person. You can look in his countenance, man, that he is a sodomite, man. He don't even have to move, don't have to say nothing. You could just see it in their face, man. All right. How do you see that? It's a spirit that you see upon them, man. You can see the spirit of someone when they're slightly, slow of learning, retarded, as they would say. Okay. So let's grab in the same way as with Jacob. Jake just have a spirit, man. You can't fake Jake. Jake dance. Jake is funny. Jake can sing. Jake can play ball. Hey, Edomites are just clumsy, saltless, man. No rhythm. All right. So now let's grab Isaiah 63, because hey, the Lord is on his way back, man, and he comes back to a kingdom ruled by Edom, man. It says, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? Bozrah is a chief city in Edom, man. All right. It says, this that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak into righteousness, mighty to save. All right. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that tread in the wine fat. All right. So the Lord is coming back to wreck shop, man. He's coming back to save his people, man. All right. Starting with the 144,000 men. All right, and then the multitude that it talks about in Revelation 7 and 9 and 2nd Esdras chapter 2. All right, this is very simple and easy to figure out, man. Hey, these people, hey, they understand these movies and the plots and the characters, but you can't see this. All right, let's grab the book of Romans, because, hey, the Lord stated that he hated Esau multiple times, man. And all Paul was doing and the prophets was doing was quoting the Old Testament. Romans 9 and 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Okay. It says, where shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh? Yahweh forbid. All right. So now let's go real quick here to Daniel 2, the vision that the king saw, right? And Daniel broke it down, man. So it says here, Rome, right? As we see, right? Let's go up. The king's forgotten dream, right? So we go through the first three beasts, right? And now, because Daniel was not Daniel, Salakia, Alexander the Greek, he was the third. That was the third beast, right? Babylon was the first beast. Okay, the Medo-Persian Greek Empire, Alexander the Greek, now Rome, right? And we're in the last leg of the Roman Empire. Just look at the architect, especially here in Chicago, man. All the museums and the municipal buildings. All right, Roman numeral everywhere. All right, there's much Greek and Egypt influence here. The money. It says, and the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron break in pieces and subdue all things. All right, the Roman Empire was a very mighty empire, man, of the known world back then, right? And as iron that breaketh, all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. Now what are they trying to set up? The digital Renaissance period, man. Okay? To rule every man through, eventually to the MOTB, man. The Revelation 13 and 16. With Edom on top, man. All right, so I'm gonna I ain't gonna read all that, but what I want to grab is after that, right? The divine kingdom, which is the kingdom of heaven that will be on earth, like the Lord's Prayer says, on earth as in heaven. All right, and this is that that statue that Daniel saw in this vision. All right, it says the divine kingdom. Oh, I'm sorry, that king saw, right? And right now we're at the toes of that statue. The divine kingdom. Get so excited, right? And in these days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. See that? Forever. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms. And it shall stand forever. All right? But this kingdom have to go out of the way, man. Okay? This kingdom has to go out the way. And let's grab that in Revelation. Revelation 18 and 17, because this is why World War III is going to kick off, man, for the Israelites. Matter of fact, let's get that in Joel. Let's grab that in Joel. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, northern and southern kingdom, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is over there, the so-called Middle East. All right, and will plead, which means punish, with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have casted lots for my people and have given a boy for a harlot. Edomites put the Israelites into slavery, all right, curses, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Now let's jump down to verse 19. It says, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolation, desolate wilderness. Well, Egypt is still popping, not popping, but it's still there today. People visit Egypt now, man. What is this talking about? For what? The violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. All right. So that spiritual Egypt is the spiritual Egypt that's speaking about in Revelation chapter 11 verse 8 and Deuteronomy 28 and 68, man. All right. Thou shalt you should go into Egypt again on ships. All right. Now let's grab the Revelation 18. And I'm going to read 17. It says, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the ship in company and ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off. Yeah, because America's is the what do you call that again? That cow, man, that cash cow for the world. All right, each four corners of the of America are seaports, man, for these merchant ships. It says, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning. How's that going to happen? Thermonuclear fire. All right, 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 10 on down tells us about that. All right, it says and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? The great city is America. You could travel from Maine to San Diego with no checkpoints, at least for now, and from Seattle to Miami. I just made a cross with no checkpoint. That's a city. And they cast dust on their head and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city, where were made rich all that had ships in the sea, and reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate. Yeah, because your allies, the beast system, is going to turn on you, man. All right, it says the nations were mad at the whore. That whore is America, man. All right. It says she's going to be desolate. It says, rejoice over her, heaven, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets. That means they're here today in America. Reincarnation. If you can receive that. For Yahweh have revenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea. All right. Saying thus with violence, because those thermonuclear warheads, those ICBMs are going to bombard this place, man. All right, like it says in Isaiah 14, it's sweep it with a besom of destruction, man. Roughly paraphrasing. It says that great city Babylon be thrown down and shall be found no more at all. And it tells you about that also in Isaiah chapter 34. All right, so the Edomites are here today, man. They're ruling Babylon, man. Point blank, period, man. All right, and I'm gonna end it off with this right here. 2nd Esdras 6 and 7, it says, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Okay, we're doing it spiritually. We can't do anything physically. All right, we don't have any banks, we don't have any tanks. We're the tail, man. We're just reading scriptures. That's all we're doing. Okay, coming in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. All right, hey, our weapons aren't carnal. Okay, the Lord said vengeance is his. For Esau is the end of the world, this age. All right, the Greek word eon. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, that Daniel 2 and 44. Okay, so, hey, man, Esau is exposed. He's here today. All right. Hey, everybody talking about the Edomites are not here. And then if they're not saying the Edomites are here, they can be saved. Hey, man, you so-called self-proclaimed white people, hey, your kingdom is finished. It's over with. So all we waiting for now is you all to put your hands on us, man. And then divine intervention comes into play, man. So Lord, when it was edifying, shalom.